Watch him throw the ball. We gon' pick it off. You gon' let him hit the hole or you gon' cut it off. You gon' play through fourth and long or you gon' punt it off. Your defenders, heavy hitters, put your pads in. Don't be looking for the ref to throw no flags in. Keep the helmet on, keep the cleats tight. You the type to want to win by any means, right? You should look alive. This is Trap or Dive.
Yes, sir. Welcome back to another episode of Trap or Dive Podcast. I'm your host of Trap or Dive Podcast, Mual, in here with the fellas, man, Dre, AJ. Let's get to administrative items right quick, man. If you are, first off, I see y'all, Jay, Tizzy, Monty, everybody else that's listening live, watching live, etc. If you are new to the Trap or Dive YouTube side, make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit the subscribe button. We definitely appreciate you all for watching and listening, how which way you're doing it. Audio side, same thing, man. Hit that follow button, subscribe, however, which way you do it. Hit us with a rate and review as well. It's free to do so, and it's 10 seconds to show you support that way, man. So we definitely appreciate that. Belt the ass again. 40-7 Washington Commanders move on to 5-2. It's their second 40 burger in 3 weeks, I believe, or 4 weeks. Either way, 40 burgers in just a 4 weeks, within a 4 week span. They take care of the 1-5 Carolina Panthers. It was a game that many expected Washington to handle. 9.5 point favorites by all means kind of sets the tone or the perception of the game. And fellas, they do it without Jaden Daniels. Basically, that's literally what happens. Outside of a 40-yard run and a field goal drive led by Jaden. Fellas, how y'all doing? And let's get the observations out of the way.
Well, first of all, Mual, I'm good because I got what I wanted out of this game. When I asked y'all if there was a scenario that you all would be disappointed in coming from this game, and for me, I said I would have been disappointed if we didn't thoroughly beat them. Now, granted, I changed my expectations after Jaden Daniels' injury. I thought it was going to be a slugfest after that. I said, oh my gosh, like if he's not playing, Mariota will just have to, kind of just trot along the victory. But they locked in on both sides of the football. I mean, Mariota was inaccurate early on with his first couple of passes. But once he settled in, man, I mean, he handled things pretty well for a backup. He actually exceeded my expectations. But defensively, man, I mean, they set the tone early on. Dante Fowler.
That's who really exceeded expectations.
Yes.
Dante set the tone, bro.
Yes, I mean, so for me, like I said, I got what I wanted out of this game. And to me, that's a focused team. And that's why I wanted to see this team kind of come in and lock in and dominate the Panthers the way they did, because to me, that's a testament to coaching. Like, you got to give a shout out to Dan Quinn, and those guys are playing ball for him right now, man. And this is a legit team at this point right now. Like, we have a good team. The fact that you can go out there and lose your franchise quarterback and early in the game and not really miss a beat at any point on either side of the football, that's good coaching, man.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely is great coaching, and I think that hopefully Washington fans, if they weren't already convinced, can now move forward and realize this team is legit. Like, this is a real deal team. Like, that's what's supposed to happen when you play a 1-4, 1-5 franchise. Like, you're supposed to put belt to ass, like Mual, typically says. Like, you're supposed to win against those teams convincingly. Nothing should be a threat. Like, I mean, I think coming out in that first drive, it kind of looked a little scary, but ultimately that's what you want from this defense. We know they're not going to stop anybody, but you want them to be able to flip the field. And Dante Fowler has been playing pretty damn well. You feel me? With the extra snaps that he's getting instead of being rotational, he was able to get a pick six. He's been around the quarterback. Getting that pick six was huge for that defense. You even had Emmanuel Forbes get a damn interception. He went from playing. He went from being inactive to active, contributing 4 snaps to, his time was coming, and they pretty much have been telling you everything that they're gonna do, and they've been sticking behind that. Joe Witt Jr., prepared the media and told them that Emmanuel Forbes' time is coming, and it came. Like, that was a beautiful read for him, just a great overall team win. They went against a weaker opponent. It was Dale Green's day. Shout out to DG, a Redskins legend. I'll probably bring up something he told me personally on the show later on and get y'all opinion on it. But yeah, man, just a convincing win. You would have liked Jaden Daniels to possibly play the whole game, but once they scored to go, 27 or 28, nothing, I was like, it makes no sense for him to try to come back, because I immediately knew on that run that he injured his rib. And I think between, do I just stay up and get hit and expose myself, or do I attempt to slide? And because he's not a natural slider, he ended up doing a somersault in traffic. And yeah, but he'll be good to go. If you've seen him on the sidelines, his ribs just a little bruised. It's not something real bad. And next week we got the matchup, Bears against the Commanders, Caleb versus Jaden.
Yeah, I think they just seen how Washington was handling them defensively. I don't think they had any intention on bringing Jaden back once he went back to that locker room. I think they were going to first off see the severity. And that's obviously when Jaden mom comes out and says, now, first off, I was a little sketchy. Not that she was lying. Like, I believed her when Jaden said that to her, or whoever said that to her. But I also think, like, the first thing to do when your mom is inquiring about your health is de-escalate, like, and not worry your mother. So it's like, who knows the severity of the injury if she's the one saying what it is, and of course the mom is going to be the one that's told, like, don't trip about it, I'll be fine type shit. So with that, like, I was like, all right, well, we'll see. But also, like, that evaluation probably tells me in itself that they just realized, 27-0 at halftime. Jaden, take the, like, you got rookie of the year locked up. Be Caleb next week. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about nothing else. Be Caleb. You get the rookie of the year, bro. It's just that simple. Things are tracking pretty good. Washington's 3-0 at home. The first time They've been 3-0 at home in like I think it was either 16 or 19 years to start the season. So that is something that's pretty impressive. The stat that I was going to tell you that I was looking at early was like, bro, they didn't even give up 100 yards passing on the day. Andy Dalton threw for 93 yards. Bryce Young threw for -4. But Andy Dalton threw for 93 yards, had two interceptions. I think for Washington, like the tone setter y'all mentioned it, Dante Fowler, like they drove that first drive, like it gave Carolina some confidence. And then you get down to a third and long or third and medium. I think it was third and long, 39. And Dante just makes a play. Like the ball gets tips in his hand, and he's like, all right, it's time to get busy. And if you ask me, bro, or excuse me, let me revise that. If you ask Dante Fowler, that's probably that. If you ask Dante Fowler, like if this was one of your best games of your career, or as a pro, I don't like know about high school, I don't know about college like that, but as a pro, bro, I'm sure this is probably one of the top 5 games that he's ever played as a pro. Your first half alone, you get a TFL on 4th down. I think you end up with, I got it right here. You got 1 sack. And that was a big play. You get a pick 6, your first career interception, and then you house the motherfucker. You get busy on Andy Dalton. Like, you are a star of the game. And granted, again, this is coming against the Carolina Panthers, a 1-6 team. But at the end of the day, a personal day is a personal day. Like, that's really good. So he set the tone, bro. And that defense,
maybe defensive player of the week.
Probably.
He had a sack too today and a couple TFLs. So,
hey, Maul, quick little tidbit on Jaden Daniels' mom. She's actually now a certified NFLPA agent, so she's gonna be his agent. So,
oh wow,
yeah. So what she says has more than just credence from being a parent. She's now representing the franchise quarterback. She's not on the paperwork yet, but it's coming. She just got approved like a couple weeks ago, so it's coming. So she's gonna represent Jaden as his agent officially.
Keep it in the family, man. Chuba Hubbard. Another thing with the defense, right? The last 4 games, the Carolina Panthers were averaging over 130 yards on the ground. You keep Chuba Hubbard under 55 yards on the ground. You keep the Carolina Panthers offense as a whole collectively under 100 yards on the day. I think that part at the very least says something for the defense. If anything else, being able to even keep your strength, your teams or your offensive strength to under 100 yards. You really had no options in terms of the Carolina Panthers. You really had no options for how you going to work the Commanders defense. Like they had answers for a lot of things. Frankie Louvu showed up, and obviously that secondary came to play as well. Mike Sanderson, open field tackles all day, playing fearlessly on the edge. I think it was just a really good day from front end to back end.
Yeah, and kind of to expand on the defense, like I said, Dante Fowler, I mean, he's having a good season so far. I mean, not even just today. I mean, I've been noticing Dante Fowler has been getting better and better. And to your point, Maul, about him maybe having his best game as a pro, that may have been his best game as a pro. And he looked like the top 5 pick that you drafted him to be, and also Frankie Louvu, he played a hell of a game. Now, I don't know how much to take away from this game in terms of the defense, because, the Carolina Panthers just doesn't look like it. They don't look like an NFL team at this point. But the fact of the matter is Washington went out there and they did their job. I kind of want to get to Brian Rivera's point in the chat. Now,
I don't know why are you doing it? Why are you doing it, bro?
I don't know who's he
talking about. Please ignore it, Dre. Please.
Yeah, I was a little confused
please
about
ignore
that,
it. The man's name is Brian Rivera.
We don't say that last name. We don't say that name in here.
But no,
please don't.
Fact of the matter is, guys did their job. I mean, when it was time for guys to step up, Mariota went out there. He did what he was supposed to do. I mean, the run game, Brian Robinson, he came back. It didn't look like he had any effects of that knee. I mean, Brian Robinson ran hard today. Everybody, like I said, it was a collective team effort. But again, it's a testament going back to the coaching. Even Cliff Kingsbury. I mean, Cliff Kingsbury still kept that offense humming. He still kept the offense motoring. Even when Mariota was inaccurate early, those plays were there to be had. I mean, you probably still left some stuff on the board. You probably could have went out there and scored 50 points. But yeah, as AJ mentioned too, I was actually happy to see Emmanuel Forbes get that interception. I mean, that can only do wonders for his confidence. And also, I mean, that may get him at least to avoid the healthy scratches going forward. Now he could probably be on those active rosters going forward unless he starts to play bad again. But I mean, overall, like I said, you just love to see the confidence boost that this gives the defense. Hopefully this carries over because, again, you have a big game next week. So you want to see those guys carry this momentum over. And again, this will go back to the coaching. Are they going to have them locked in going into next week again? I'm encouraged. So from what I've seen, I have no reason to doubt those guys right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think no matter who the opponent is, what they were able to accomplish defensively in creating turnovers and points off of the turnovers, whether that be the offense being able to put up 7 or a field goal, or even them having a pick 6 with Dante Fowler, that goes a long way. That's what you need. You need those moments of momentum. You need those moments of being able to even see on tape that we can get this done when we follow our assignments, when we play hard, when we run toward the ball, when we're aggressive in nature. That carries on. So no matter if it's the Chewbacca's or the Panthers or the Bears, I mean, I'm just saying, like, that's going to go a long way. I mean, because this team hasn't really been creating turnovers at the level that they anticipated, the way that they build out the roster, the way that they coach them up. Today, I mean, with Dante Fowler's interception was the second interception of the season for the entire team.
Until Forbes intercepted.
Today they were able to get 2 in one game. Then on
multiple
top of
fumbles
that, the way
that they should have got.
Yeah, and they were also attacking the ball heavily in special teams and
Jeremy
defensively.
Reeves, bro. Smack could, bro.
Yeah, so it's like those things will carry over for the remainder of the season. So it's like I would say we got to give them full kudos to that, because not everyone that plays the Panthers can win that convincingly or have that type of dominance, especially within the turnover game. But those boys are able to have a good weekend. Dan probably giving them the day off and get ready for next week.
Fellas, all right, so Brian, I see you. I thought he was trolling for a second, but it looks like he was more so mocking the Bears fans. I got you. And yes,
paying attention to them no more.
I did see that today. Shout out to my man James, bro, who be listening all the time, bro, or he listens sometimes. I know he does. But he definitely he's since the Commanders have been winning, he's on Twitter pretty heavily in the Commander space, and we was at Flowers homecoming yesterday where they got their ass whooped by Wise, bro.
Why would they schedule Wise for homecoming?
I don't know, bro. It made no sense. But one of the things he said when we was up there, he's like, bro, why do Bears fans care so much about this, Amazon? And I'm like, bro, like, one thing I told him, I said, bro, ignore it. Like, yeah, these people are just immature and kids, bro. Ignore it. Don't feed into it. They're both good quarterbacks. I can't wait for next week, bro.
This week gonna be insufferable leading up to the game. It's gonna be insufferable.
Oh my goodness. All right, let's go ahead and hear from our sponsor, Underdog Fantasy. And then let's get into some one-sentence takeaways and see if we can find some players, coaches, quotes. Let's get our MVPs as well. So we'll be right back. All right, let's take a break from the show right quick. And let me tell you something about Underdog Fantasy. It is the greatest time of the year because football is back and it's here to stay till February. You can win up to 1,000 times your money just by choosing higher or lower on your favorite player stats, such as touchdowns, passing yards, and more. Peep that touchdown thing, right? If you're a Commanders fan, Jaden Daniels, Brian Robinson, You're looking like money. You can make that entry on Underdog Fantasy. Choose higher on their touchdown total. Get you some bread. Making picks on Underdog is straightforward, and signing up is even easier. Just hold over Underdog's simple to use mobile app or UnderdogFantasy.com. Sign up with promo code TrapperDive, and Underdog will give you a free pick to use on your first cash pick'em entry, plus up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you deposit. That's Underdog Fantasy promo code TrapperDive to claim your new customer special of a free pick and your deposit offer. Must be 18 plus, 19 plus in Alabama and Nebraska, 19 plus in Colorado for some games, 21 plus in Massachusetts and Arizona, and present in the state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Void in Colorado. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org. Arizona, 1-800-NEXT-STEP or 1-800-639-8783 or text NEXT STEP to 53342. New York, call the 24/7 HOPEline at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY to 467-369. All right. See some 1 sentence takeaways out of the way. Let's see what we got in the chat as well. All right. DH on the mic. It only took 2.5 hours. My man Damian Bartonic. Thank God Jaden is okay, but Mariota kept me sane today. That is an interesting statement because the first couple plays with Marcus Mariota, people thought the world was over. They was like, man, shoot. I saw one dude, our guy, and I'm mad. I'm blowing his Twitter handle. But he's like, man, shoot Jaden up, whatever you need to. Get him back on the field because I can't deal with Mariota. Other people killing him. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, it's only been a couple plays. And
shoot,
he had one pass or I think it was two passes. Zach Ertz dropped the pass, and Diami, it was just off target with Diami, but he could have caught. I'm like, why are we killing Mariota?
Man, hey, Maul, I even posted Mariota is ass, and I posted Mr. Hankey from South Park with it. I mean, I still think he's ass, but he ended up picking up the tempo later on. But yeah. I was just like, bro, what is this? I mean, at the end of the day,
first couple plays, bro.
Like, he got into a groove. He got into a groove for sure.
But you know what I didn't like? I didn't like how some of the fans were kind of killing Cliff Kingsbury after Jada's injury. Now, I get it. Fans are emotional. They're upset. You're looking for somebody to blame.
Oh, you talking about like in retrospect. Like, why?
Yeah. Why did they run so many quarterback design? I mean, he got hurt playing football. I mean, he can get hurt playing in the pocket, whether he's doing the design run. And I'm not even sure if he got hurt on the play where we saw him kind of getting up grimacing or if he got hurt on the long run.
I think he got hurt on the long run.
That's what I think, too.
And that's why I saw his rib crunch.
That was an awkward fall. But on that run, though, I thought Jaden could have kept to the outside. If he keeps to the outside, he possibly beats that man to the outside corner. He's still running without even getting hit. But either way, like I said, I just thought it was kind of, people looking for a reason. People have been kind of looking for a reason to blame Cliff Kingsbury for something all season so far, but they haven't had a reason. So I thought this was kind of their reason to pounce on Cliff in a sense. But I'm glad that everything worked out fine. Jaden didn't get a serious injury, and the offense still looked good again.
Hey, Jay Tizzy.
Nah, Jay Tyler party for that.
Hey, look, if I can say what I want to say, I'll tell you what I want to say, but I can't say.
No, we're not gonna say that. Whatever it is.
All right, back to the sentence takeaways. Naomi HOPENY. I tried, bro. I'm sorry if I messed it up. And he's dead right. Game ended early as hell. Because I didn't even realize the game ended so early until we got on the StreamYard, bro. And it was like 6:45, I think, when we both got on.
Yeah.
I'm like, hold on. It ain't even 7 o'clock. Let's wait a little bit for AJ, bro.
That shit felt like a preseason game.
John Walker. I'm happy.
I told you it was a go hang out with your family type of game.
Yeah, it really was. John Walker.
What's his name? Lunell. Lunell is like, watch out for Andy Dalton.
Come on, Lunell.
Boy, stop.
Man, 93 yards on the day. Shout out Andy Dalton and Lunell, bro. Amani experience. What's up, Amani? The good coaching showed up today. Oh Lord. Got my brands on from Brandon. Jatari Kingsbury is going to be my firstborn's Name if the team stays this good. And that is, first off, that is hilarious. Jatari Kingsbury. Okay. And then we got the obligatory statement that I know some people are scared to say, but I've met some people in real life who says this as well. Noble Ace Dog. We going to the Super Bowl. HTCC. I've heard that in real life, bro. I swear to God. And I'm like,
heard people say it too.
And they be dead serious. So I'm just sitting here listening. Like I'm interested. Like I'm listening to you, but it's like, do I want to say that yet? I don't know, but I'm listening. Like I'm hearing you. Like it's, we only got like a couple teams in front of us.
While we on the subject, I mean, where are y'all at with updated win totals for this team? What do you think this team can line up with the wins? While we in the moment, we emotional right now, man. What y'all got right now?
I said for me, my ceiling. No, did I say the floor? I don't remember what the floor was, but I know I said 9-8 from my prediction. Right. But if I said the ceiling was 9 wins, then my ceiling has been raised to 12. I think they can get 12. I think the floor is 10. So this is at least a 10-win team, and I think this is honestly, like, the way things are going, this is probably going to be the team's first 11-win season since the last time they had 11-win season.
I think my floor was I think 9 wins, and I think my ceiling was 11. I'm raising my ceiling to 13 wins and my floor to 11 wins.
Is it
we ain't gotta change nothing?
Hey,
is it week 8?
Week 7. It was week 7.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, like Maul said, I ain't gotta change nothing, man. Like, coaching matters.
12 wins, right, AJ? So you don't want to up that to 13 with me?
Nah, I'm gonna stay right where I'm at because I feel like they're in a good space, man. But you're looking at a playoff team. Like, this is a playoff team with 7 seeds available in both conferences. This team is going to be in the playoffs. So if you have the expendable funds, don't spend too much on Christmas for yourself, your kids, your girlfriend, your wife, your husband, your boyfriend. Be prepared to buy tickets to either see them play somewhere in January or to play at home for the playoff. This is a playoff team. Like, this is what's supposed to happen when you go against teams like this. And the road that they're on, it is not going to get harder. I mean, the Bears are beatable. The Steelers are beatable. Their division, those teams are beatable. The who else? Who else do they play?
Cowboys definitely beatable.
You got the Cowboys and Eagles. I think everybody's beatable, but
the
I think
Steelers are beatable.
I think the hardest team is Pittsburgh, Atlanta. Well, I mean, I don't know about Atlanta more because Raheem and Kirk, they get on my goddamn nerves. But Pittsburgh, Philly, and Dallas. Philly and Dallas off the respect, they in the NFC East, but Philly for sure because they all right. Dallas some shit, but they got Dak.
Man, they can't see Washington. Like, we also got to remember Dallas doesn't have Micah Parsons or DeMarcus Lawrence. Even when they do come back, they're not going to be more than 75%. But at the end of the day, if you can continue to run the ball how they are, Jaden will continue to play quarterback how he does and ultimately stay healthy. This team is in every game for the rest of their schedule. Like, I'm not concerned. Yeah, division games get played a bit harder. I mean, closer. Eagles ain't real. Cowboys damn sure ain't real. Giants ass. So it's like, bruh, who could you really, if we sat here and pulled up the schedule right now, who could you definitively say that's a loss? Nobody. You feel like they could win every game.
Ravens
especially when you got that mutant back there, number 5 at quarterback.
Yeah. I'm with you. I don't think there's a game on the schedule where you say that is a loss. I do think there's teams like we went through the exercise just now. I think there's teams out there where I think they're gonna give them some go. Like, those gonna be some really close games. And I think those are the ones that you don't sleep on. But it's nothing where I look at this schedule and I say, yeah, it ain't happening this week. it ain't nothing on this schedule. Like, they can really go if they wanted to, or if they really had to work, like the mental toughness, they can really go on like a 6 or 7 game win streak.
I think so.
Plain and simple.
Have a healthy Jaden. That's what we need.
Yes. And speaking of injuries, Tyler Biadasz went off the field. I don't know what his injury situation is. And then Brandon Coleman was being evaluated for a concussion as well. So we don't know exactly what his situation is, but concussion.
Has Quinn spoke yet?
Yes, he actually did speak. And he spoke specifically on Jaden. Let me see if I can see anything. Well, specifically with Jaden, actually, though, Jaden, he didn't have too many words. That man, Trent Williams out in Kansas City, throwing hands again.
What's new?
Yeah, right. Where is, I just saw it. Maybe it refreshed and I didn't peep that it refreshed. Oh, here it go. No update on Jaden Daniels, but he will go further evaluation tomorrow. Okay. Is what Dan Quinn said. All right. Let's make sure I'm not missing anything. Mariota says the first thing you think of is Jaden Daniels' health. But after that, it's about playing football. 200 yards on the day after, and what, like, how many completions? I forgot to see that. 205 yards on 18 completions. Okay. It's not too bad. And then he got 11 carries, 34 yards. Solid day from everybody. Almost had 100 yards for Terry, who started out with like 6 yards, I think, in the first half. Right. He really turned up in the second half. Okay.
What did B-Rob finish with?
B-Rob had 12 carries, 71 yards.
Okay,
a really efficient day. And I think he actually, he wasn't in the whole first drive, right? Unless he got in like towards the end, right?
They were running it was towards the end of the first drive because he got in, I think he converted a 3rd and 1, but they were running those 2-back sets with McNichols and Eckler for a lot of that first drive.
Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and leave it there. I think this was a good conversation, good slight preview to the rest of the season. Carolina Panthers, you came in, you tried, you got built the ass. We wish you luck moving forward. All right. Oh, and thanks to Frankie Louvu.
Yes, sir. And
Yep. They had themselves a day too. Frankie got himself another sack. All right. MVPs. Who wants to go first? I got my guy, but I don't wanna put it out there.
I'll go. I mean, easily for me, it's Dante Fowler just for setting the tone.
Damn. All right.
I mean, everyone should pick Dante Fowler. AJ should pick him too. I mean, because he set the damn tone of the game.
Yeah.
And the defense was actually getting gashed a little bit on that first drive. I was getting annoyed that first drive. I'm like, Carolina's running all over us. He gets that pick 6, and I felt like they were never a threat again. But also, he followed that pick 6 up with a solid defensive game. I mean, he was great today. So he might, like I said, he may win Defensive Player of the Week. That's why I got to pick him as my MVP.
Okay, I'll go. I'm gonna just follow up and say it was Dante for me as well. I think when you set the tone like that, but also throughout the rest of the game, you just continue to make plays. It's a 1-5 Panthers team. It is rough in the sense of is the talent or the competition level. They made it easy for you. Based on just, nothing in NFL is easy, so I don't want to go down that route. He had himself a hell of a day. And this was one of those ones where you can really sit here and say you changed the game and you set the tone because they were driving that first drive. And the fact that the crowd, what I really appreciated and what I noticed, because I watched that pick 6 back like 5-6 times. But what I really loved about the actual drive itself, and then the next couple drives, bro, the crowd was in it until it was a blowout. Like it didn't matter that they kept driving down the field that first drive. The fans were rewarded with a pick 6, and I think that's kind of, I think from a fan side and looking at it, I think that's what is a good feeling when I look at this team is like knowing that you get your fans to buy in, and your fans. and your teammates and your team is making plays to keep your fans like that involved. And it's the first quarter of a game. And there's been games where, they're there from first quarter to fourth quarter, your fan base and like being active and loud. But like, this is one of those ones where like, you can hear them and you're thinking it's we back in like 2012 again. Like that's how far back I'm thinking when I heard the fan base today. And I hope it continues against Chicago, bro. I hope we get a sellout, and I hope it's 70% Washington Commanders fans. So I said all that to say I'm adding on to the Dante Fowler MVP talk. He had a hell of a day.
AJ, if you hear, you might as well go ahead and say Dante Fowler too. I don't know if you're here or not. Well, he's not, but AJ thinks Dante Fowler's the MVP as well.
Oh yeah.
So he said Marcus Mariota. That's what he texted us.
Nah, my bad. Helping a older gentleman get his stuff in.
Oh, he didn't say Dante Fowler.
The MVP definitely is Dante Fowler. He set the tone. He's been having an amazing season. When he was signed, he's supposed to just be a rotational piece, but with Clelin Ferrell getting hurt, he ended up stepping in. He's getting to the quarterback, making impactful plays. Like Dre said, you know, these are the things that he used to do against Dre's favorite college team, Florida State, when he was at Florida.
I didn't say that. You didn't have to say that.
Hey, I just had to throw a little jab in there, you know. So you know, he's definitely an MVP of the game, especially with Jaden getting hurt. But boy, if Jaden could have played, he probably would have threw for 450.
Man.
Void those bets, FanDuel.
Or ran for 150. What'd you say, AJ? I mean, Dre?
I said FanDuel needs to void those Jaden Daniels bets immediately. Fanatics did it, but FanDuel won't do it, man. So that's a little upsetting.
Yeah, bro. I'm a little sick about that. I ain't gonna lie to you. Well, I don't know. I wasn't too locked in on Jaden. I think you probably had a little bit more than me, bro. But I still had like 225 passing yards. Like, nigga, he ain't in here. Take him out, bro. Avoid it. Okay. All right, that's gonna wrap it up for us. Appreciate everybody who locked in live. Do we think Adam Peters is gonna make a push before the trade deadline? I'm glad I caught that before we got out. We could be real quick with this one. There was a report yesterday. I don't know if you saw it, Brian. That they were doing their due diligence. And I wish I can credit. Matter of fact, I do have it. My man sent me that. Who reported that? Where's Jay Jones. Jonathan Jones. Sorry. Jonathan Jones, insider for CBS, NFL on CBS, said that they're doing their due diligence prior to the trade deadline. So we'll see something in terms of like an update, but I don't know if they'll find exactly what they're looking for or have a person willing to deal with them. And I think it'll be on the defensive side, whether it's cornerback or defensive end. I think that's the side that we're looking at, if I had to guess.
I mean, if you ask me, I would lean towards no, just because I haven't really heard any names out there that's been dangled on the defensive side. I don't think they'll make any aggressive push for the offensive end because, I mean, look what they're doing on offense with what they have right now. And I mean, there's no real reason to kind of give up any, assets for an offensive guy when you're still, probably, the top 2 to top 3 offensive team in the league right now. If you are going to make that move, I'm with you, Mual. It would be on the defensive end. But again, I haven't really heard too many defensive names out there, especially at positions that we need, that would be something of help for us. So if they are going to make the move, it's probably someone that we don't know about, someone that we don't even know that's on the block right now. But because I don't know any of that information, I'm saying no for now.
Okay. AJ, you got an opinion on this?
What was the question again? My bad.
Just do you think we're gonna make a push by the trade deadline?
Yeah, I think they should still look into it and inquire. I mean, you got your guy out there, Deontay Johnsons of the world. How can you continue to improve this team to push forward with the opportunity that's there? I feel like in the NFL, you always got to take advantage of your opportunities because you never know when you might return or when you might be at your healthiest. And right now, Washington is pretty much one of the more healthier winning teams in the NFL overall. So if you could go get a Zadarius Smith, possibly, if you could go get a Deontay Johnson, teams are definitely looking to make moves. I mean, we've seen 2 trades happen this week that you typically don't see until the trade deadline week with Amari Cooper, Devontae Adams. So yeah, I would be interested in some guys for sure. Is it going to happen? Don't know, but I would love for them to add more talent.
All right. So he gave you some names, Brian. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't really got no names in particular. I think that the bottom line is if they make a push for somebody, they need to go for like a a B tier defender or higher. Like, don't go for no mid on a trade deadline. Like, go for somebody that shoot. Yeah. Hey, you know what's crazy though? Like, nothing with related to Washington or anything. But I've been seeing like fire sale talks from their side. Like, they have those conversations. So I don't have nothing to. I don't want to get any fans' hopes up about Miles, Denzel Ward, even Zadarius Smith. None of those guys. But at the same time, they're having those conversations. So whatever truth or reality, like whatever holds fire or smoke there is to that, that's something that's going to be interesting for moving forward. Their season's over. Deshaun Watson has played 6 games all 3 seasons. He's been in Cleveland. If that ain't an omen, I was looking for that word earlier and I couldn't find it. But if that ain't an omen for the situation that's going on in Cleveland and their decision to go all in on D-Watt and just abandon everything that was good for Cleveland, I don't know what it is. Like, he's done for the second straight season in a row. In the first season, he missed some games because of the suspension. Like, it's over.
And worst contract in sports.
Worst contract in sports. Worst decision probably ever in sports to like do something like that, bro.
It might.
And yes, I'm speaking in hindsight, but it is what it is, bro.
It might be the worst contract in sports to some, but to him and his family, the greatest contract of all time. Because even with the torn Achilles, there is no out for them. Like, he's getting that bread. So I mean, it is what it is. You know, my prayers and thoughts. I'm sorry if y'all can hear some of this noise in the back, but my prayers and thoughts out to D-Watt. At the end of the day, he's still a human being. You don't want to go through those things, but you know, it just kind of helps Cleveland expedite the process because he's not going to be the starting quarterback when the season kicks off next year, and now they got to go get one in the draft. So that could be a Cam Ward, Shedeur Sanders, Carson Beck, whoever the case is. I mean, if I was a potential quarterback that could go in the first round, I would not want to go to Cleveland. I'll tell you that.
Or Panthers. I wouldn't want to go to Carolina either.
No, Cleveland.
Yeah, I wouldn't go to Carolina.
I like
either.
Stefanski though, but I was like, yeah, I wouldn't mind. Like, I like Stefanski, bro, but like, I think he's hamstrung by the powers that be. That's what I think. Yes. That's what I think is going on. He's hamstrung by the powers that be, bro, and that means it don't matter how solid your defense is. Your offensive line is a little bit depleted, or they're not playing as good as it was last year. And now you had to get rid of Amari Cooper. And you did him a favor, and that's kind of a good faith deal. But like, you basically about to be starting from ground zero. And if you want to help yourself out with some cap relief, you're gonna have to get rid of some of these other guys too.
Yep.
All right, that's enough Cleveland talk. Brian, I hope we answered your question. I don't know who the hell they should make a push for. I'm sorry I couldn't help you there, but just keep your ears open, your eyes peeled. If I said
this is the last week, right? This is the trade deadline. Week 8.
Nah,
it was week 9.
Week 9.
Oh, it's week 9 now.
Yeah,
they pushed it back. Okay, with
9.
the extra week, I got you. Okay, I got you.
So we got a couple more weeks. Yep, we got a couple more weeks. What's going on, Hawk? Appreciate you checking in, big dog. But that's gonna wrap it up for us. Hope y'all enjoyed y'all Sunday, man. Enjoy the Sunday night game. Good luck with your parlays, because I've been getting my ass whooped.
We need something more.
We need something. And Travis Kelce never got that touchdown.
And I didn't get my spread.
And you didn't get your spread, bro. All right. That's it. See y'all Tuesday. Peace.